Good afternoon, guys. This is Kevin Stewart coming for you for the next blog for Module 4. I want to basically kind of give my insight into what I learned this week and alluding to a web enhancing reading and study strategy blog post. So, first question is, what is the most useful thing I learned in this module? Probably the most useful thing I have learned in this module is the active reading part of the module. I would say the reason why I learned this is the most useful thing is because I learned a bevy of skills on how you approach reading or active learning before, during, and after. I believe in one of the slides it mentioned that you can't just straight up read a text. That's not how learning really works. It means you have to or highlight a text. It basically requires you to basically preview the text, go over the text, highlight important sections, take notes of the section, and preview them. And then when you get to class, you look over, you take notes again. And then second of all, after class, you reorganize those notes, and you try to organize it into a manner that you comprehend the information as. It's this. So that's one of the things. A second thing is I would like to add on to piggyback that is memorization. There's two tracks to it. It's like a computer. The long-term memory is like a hard drive. The other one is short-term memory. How you processing your sensories. In order to basically get short-term memory to long-term memory, it has to go through working memory, and working memory is basically repetition. You have to repeatedly do things, space things out, day after day, day to day, hour to hour, and that essentially that. Upon doing that, it'll go to storage, and then in order to basically do recall, you have to basically you have to become familiar with the material every often. So that's one thing. What is the specific second question? What is a specific example from something from this module I already put into practice? And as far as that, I have actively organizing my notes. I think as for all those who are engineer students, I would like to basically inform you that if you are an engineer, it is critical that you organize problems. And I've done it before. As for example, physics 1250. If you look at a physics problem, you rewrite the problem. Once you rewrite the problem, you highlight different numbers. Then you basically break your answers into sections: Section A, Section B, Section C, Section D. So that way you can get the grasp of the topic. If it's basically momentum, or if it's what you call it kinematics, momentum, the theory of relativity, which is basically hypothetically just systems of equations, or work, all that stuff. So that's the answer to that. And it has worked out perfectly because my recognition is more keen, and it takes time too. Hypothetically, which I'll come back here in a minute. What I did from this model should I put into practice in the future. I would stay consistent now that I have like my niche to say. I would stay consistent. And how would I implement this? Basically, you have the syllabus. Everybody has the syllabus. When you have a syllabus, it's really good. It really goes over what the topics are gonna be. You look at that syllabus. You study. You get a brief understanding from YouTube or books about what is kinematics, and then you understand how does kinematics work, and what do you need to do in order to be efficient. What advice should I give students for working professionals based off of what I read? The biggest advice I would give students for working give students for working professionals based on what I've experienced. Is that I worked jobs with the state of Ohio, AEP, and a bevy of other resources and a bevy of other companies. I would say that these type of things are very essential for you to basically be a successful professional, especially an engineer, because in engineering you don't have a teacher to hold your back. You don't have the teacher to overlook you. You don't have nobody holding you back. You might have a supervisor, one or two things though, but like having your stuff is key, because you become the architect, the developer of the blueprint. So you need to basically be organized from A to Z, and then you have to from there you have to basically be able to organize that information so you can basically explain that information, delegate those tasks or that information to your guys who are going to basically design and build a project. So I hope that what you got, that guys, resonates with you. This is the blog from Module 4, Web Enhancing Reading and Strategies. If you have any questions, I'll be leaving comments and stuff and topics below for further explanation. I hope you guys have a great day. Enjoy, and I'll see you on the next blog.